You know, I can't disagree with them, but I know where my heart was.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 funniest Joe Rogan moments.
Ian made his part of his body like a karate movie. Like
I didn't know what to say. I told him that I was throwing a late Christmas party, dude.
If you fall in front of me, no shot I'm holding that laughing. There's no shot.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most hilarious and wackiest moments from the comedian's popular podcast. Which guests do you hope to see on the podcast? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10, Robert Downey Jr. on Tropic Thunder.
Do you think that you could do Tropic Thunder today? Would that be possible?
Oh, you could do it.
2008 was a fantastic year for Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man revitalized his career in May before he gave an Oscar-nominated performance in the comedy Tropic Thunder in August.
Ain't no goddamn takes. Ain't no goddamn motion picture.
You sure?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
For certain, man.
Why are you still in character?
I know, but I don't have to tell you.
This latter role garnered much controversy because it involved makeup caricaturing a black person. Downey Jr. acknowledges the very controversial nature of the role with Joe Rogan on the podcast.
I mean, you know, there's a morality clause here on this planet, and it's a big price to pay, and I think having a moral psychology is job one.
He also acknowledges that taking it on was a huge risk. Downey Jr. also openly admits that some of his African-American friends thought the character was problematic and that his mother was horrified.
Really?
Bobby, I'm telling you, I have a bad feeling about this. I was like, yeah, me too, Mom.
Seeing the actor address the controversies in a straightforward way makes for a memorable episode that tackles head-on the question of why he ultimately took the role. Number 9, orangutan fishing with a spear.
Have you ever seen an orangutan that is fishing with a spear?
It's a bit of a running joke among the legions of Joe Rogan enthusiasts that the man has an obsession with orangutans, chimpanzees, and apes of all kinds. So it's utterly hysterical to hear him bringing up an orangutan fishing with a spear.
They've figured out how to fish with spears. There's primatologists.
Wait, without somebody showing them how to fish?
No, they've imitated human beings doing it. And now they do it, but they do it independently.
This topic arose when Rogan spoke with Bob Lazar. The conversation eventually turns to evolution. Rogan asks Lazar if he's seen an orangutan fishing with a spear. The slow delivery of the question is gold, and young Jamie's giggle caps an already funny interaction.
Look at that. There's a wild orangutan.
Okay, that's impressive. That's impressive.
Number 8, Alex Jones asks Eddie Bravo to attack him. Joe Rogan has generated much controversy and criticism himself for hosting guests like Alex Jones, who is infamous for his extreme beliefs. In terms of ratings, however, the episodes involving Jones always prove popular. One of these episodes involved a surprising third guest, Eddie Bravo, a comedian and martial artist. For some reason, Jones asks Bravo to choke him out.
Go ahead and choke me out. On air.
No. Please don't.
That would be
hilarious.
Please don't.
I'm not scared. Let's do it.
No. Eddie, don't.
Do it.
Please
Let's do
don't
it.
choke him unconscious.
Do it now.
Rogan immediately objects, but Jones keeps trying to encourage Bravo to go through with it. Rogan is forced to chastise him like he's an energetic child misbehaving in school. It's wild stuff, but you got to admit it makes for great podcast theater.
Have a
You
seat.
better choke me out.
Alex, please. Please have a
No,
seat.
we used to do it in high school.
I know you did. You told me.
Number 7, What's a Podcast? The late, great John Witherspoon was a funny man known for roles like Willie Jones in the Friday series and his voice work of Granddad in the Boondocks.
I don't know what difference that makes.
When Rogan hosted Witherspoon and his son JD, the topic turned to making podcasts. But not everyone is familiar with the term. When Witherspoon is asked about doing a podcast, he isn't sure about what that exactly is. His son JD is quick to answer, "That's what we're doing right now." The situation was doubly hilarious because Witherspoon was, of course, right then on one of the most popular podcasts in America. Both JD and Joe bust a gut laughing at the situation, and we can't help but laugh along with them. Number 6, Theo Von's Christmas Story. One of the finest modern comedians, Theo Von is known for being buddies with Rogan collaborator Brendan Schaub, and for his podcasts This Past Weekend and The King and the Sting. While appearing on Rogan's podcast, Vaughn recalls the time he had a little too much to drink and locked himself out of his apartment.
I have to go to my landlord, dude, who lives right down the hall.
Oh, no.
And tell him, like, hey, man.
2:30 in the morning. I got locked out. And the blender's on, son. Oh, my God. He must have hated you.
The story also involves a short-circuiting blender, a fire alarm at 2:30 in the morning, and a nonsensical lie about hosting a late Christmas party.
What were you at the time?
Huh? Oh, this is 2.5 years ago. So I was 35. I was 35. Bro.
Joe absolutely loves the story and laughs the whole way through it. Even producer Jamie can also be heard chuckling. It's well worth a listen, as Vaughn proves a captivating storyteller.
That was fun.
How long did you live there for?
I still live there.
Whoa.
Yeah, we've patched. I mean, we kind of, like I've caught him doing some things. So I think we're all even.
Number 5, expired pills. Comedian and actor Joey Diaz, a successful podcast host himself, is widely appreciated for his appearances on the Joe Rogan Experience. On one occasion, he regales Rogan with the story of when he once took a Vicodin that was 60 days past its expiry date, which he had found in the pocket of his pants. These pants had gone through the wash, and Rogan points out that this means the pill had been all washed with detergent and bleach. Of course, the hilarious story continues with Diaz popping half the Vicodin before going on stage and then ending up blacking out.
Like the first 30 minutes, I couldn't wait to get back to the hotel room to eat the other half.
Moral of the humorous story, don't pop expired medication that has been put through the washing machine. Number 4, Kevin Hart and the hoverboard video. Kevin Hart is one of the world's most popular comedians, and he is in full form while joking about a hilarious video he watched. The comedian fully describes the viral clip of an older man attempting to ride a hoverboard.
He's got to be like 69, 70. And, his grandkids are there, and he's like, let me try it. Let me try it. And this man gets on this hoverboard and takes... If you saw Mike Tyson fall on a hoverboard, his fall was worse than Mike Tyson's.
After the man falls, he asks his grandkids why the hoverboard moved from underneath him. Hart laughs while recounting the story several times and claims that he played the video for everybody he knows. He tells Joe that some people would have found it hard to watch, whereas he finds humor in watching people tumble.
Falling makes me laugh. I don't care who you are. Falling makes me laugh.
We don't know what's funnier, watching people fall without getting hurt or listening to Hart joke about people falling.
If you fall in front of me, there's no shot that I'm not...
Number 3, Elon Musk's flamethrowers. This episode with Elon Musk has entered the annals of all-time greatest Joe Rogan Experience episodes. Much of the media got into a frenzy over Musk's on-air behavior, specifically the moment in which he takes a puff laced with a little something extra. But the funniest moment of the interview comes when Musk talks about his not a flamethrower.
Well, we didn't put a lot of time into the flamethrower. This was an off-the-cuff thing.
He and Rogan talk about the fiery tools and the controversy around them. Musk admits that making them was a terrible idea and claims that people shouldn't buy one.
I said, don't buy this flamethrower. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. That's what I said. But still, people bought it.
Then he admits that he made 20,000 of them. But you know what the real punchline is? The flamethrowers completely sold out.
And they're all gone.
In 4 days? It sold out in 4 days.
Number 2, The Hand Wants Revenge. Joe Rogan and Bill Burr make for a fantastic duo, and throughout this episode, Burr proves himself a masterful storyteller. The two share old Boston fighting stories for 20 straight minutes, with everyone being funnier than the last.
I shouldn't tell these stories because I don't know, because it's my version of what it was a long like
You're
30.
not naming names.
The funniest story comes from Burr, who tells of a friend who hurt his shoulder in a fight. We can't fully repeat the story here, but it involves a crazy roller coaster of injuries, hits, and a killer punchline that has Rogan howling with laughter.
And afterwards we said to him, like, dude, why didn't you throw the other hand? And he goes, because I wanted this hand to get its revenge. I swear to God. Like he had made his part of his body like a karate movie.
Burr is a great stand-up comedian and always has a wealth of great stories to pull from.
When people talk about, you're a funny comedian and blah, blah, the characters that I grew up with and what I loved about what they did and what they said was they weren't trying to be funny. Like he was dead serious.
He wanted revenge for this harm.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Joe takes himself down. It must not be easy talking to someone like Elon Musk. As Rogan himself has noted, talking to people with that kind of intellect can prove incredibly intimidating. And even though Rogan is a professional interviewer, he does still get intimidated by the likes of Musk.
Talking to him because you realize what a chimp you are.
Did you feel that way?
Oh, yeah, I'm a dummy, man.
He says as much in an amusing discussion with comedian Andrew Schulz, claiming that he felt like a chimp next to Musk. He then comically impersonates himself during the Musk interview, making chimp-like grunts and making fun of his questions.
So you gotta go to Mars, huh? Cool. Want to smoke some weed?
Comedians are at their best when being self-aware, and Rogan is hilariously good at it.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.